What's going on, everybody? It's Game Unboxing Reviews here, and welcome back to another LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 news update. Now then, today's news update is going to be a very short one, but it's also very exciting because I've got some pretty cool news for you Spidey fans. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so first up, let's talk about this artwork right here. Now, this is very exciting because this was released by Dan Veesenmeyer as he was confirming that yes, he will be returning to work on LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2, which is fantastic news because Dan's art in LEGO Marvel's Avengers was amazing. I mean, he did the artwork for Iron Man 3, Thor the Dark World, Captain America the Winter Soldier, and all the DLC missions. He did all the artwork for those mini bonus missions for the comic pages, and he did such a good job. So to see him returning for this game is very exciting news indeed. And if you'd like to see more art from Dan, please be sure to check the link in the description and check out his Twitter account, as he's done some incredible artwork, not just for Marvel but also DC Comics, LEGO Ninjago and Star Wars. I highly recommend you guys check him out because he's a very talented guy. Now then, we'll talk about the actual image in a second, but what I want to mention is, since Dan is returning to work on LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2, I guess that also confirms that the comic book missions will be returning as well, which is very exciting. Now, if we cast our minds back to LEGO Marvel Superheroes, those missions were basically where characters that you wouldn't usually see teamed up. So it was like, I think, off the top of my head, there was one where Ghost Rider met the Fantastic Four, helped them, or something like that. So there was little missions like that. Then in LEGO Marvel's Avengers, they were compressed down versions of other MCU movies. So like Iron Man 3, Thor the Dark World, Winter Soldier, and then there was also Ant-Man, and they did DLCs for other things as well, like comic book ones, like Captain Marvel, and a bunch of other characters. So for this game, I wonder what they're going to do. I think what would be pretty cool is maybe instead of doing like, you know, random missions, what if we did missions where they were actually based on actual comic books? So say, for example, there is a mission where you play as Spider-Man 2099 and you actually take on one of the 2099 villains. So say, for example, Venom 2099 in a whole mission, and it's devoted to one of the comic books. That would be really cool. They could do that not just for Spider-Man, but for loads of characters in the game. There's tons of possibilities that come to mind when you think about the comic book page missions in this game, and I can't wait to see what they've got in store for us. Now then, let's actually talk about the image. So we can see here, of course, we've got Cap and Rocket and Baby Groot on the bottom, but at the top we can also see Spider-Man and Iron Man. Now I'll get to Spider-Man in a second, but Iron Man wasn't in the press release, nor was he on the box art or the teaser trailer. So I guess this confirms that Iron Man will be in the game. Now obviously that was pretty much a given thing. I mean, Iron Man is one of the most popular Marvel characters of all time at the moment, so it would make sense to have him in the game. It's pretty obvious that he's going to be in the game, but to have what is kind of a confirmation is still really nice. Now then, as for Spider-Man, this character is very interesting because as you can see from this image right here, he's not just wearing any costume. Oh no, he's wearing his brand new Spider-Man Homecoming movie costume. So here's the thing. Will the Spider-Man Homecoming movie costume be in LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2? Well, since it's in this art, I'd say it's very likely now, but I was actually thinking it would be DLC. Yes, I know it's very early on to talk about DLCs for this game, but that's what I was expecting. But when you've got characters like the MCU Doctor Strange and Rocket Raccoon and Groot, and then you've also got the Thor Ragnarok Hulk, it makes you think maybe they are really taking advantage of the recent MCU movie incarnations of those characters. So Spider-Man Homecoming might actually be the default Spider-Man in the main story. We don't know if Peter's in the main story. For now, we only see Spider-Man 2099, but I'd say it's very likely. I think we might be getting Spider-Man Homecoming content in this game. And if we are getting the Spider-Man Homecoming suit, maybe we'll also get the Homecoming Vulture and the Homecoming Shocker, and maybe he'll even be able to use his web wings in the game. That would be amazing. A lot of people have pointed out in my last video, which I completely did not notice until I finished the video, is that 2099 Spider-Man actually has his web wings. So maybe that is a feature he can use in-game, and if Spider-Man from Homecoming is in this game, maybe he can use them as well. We'll have to wait and see, but this image alone gets me very excited for the possibility at Spider-Man Homecoming content, because that would be an amazing addition to this game. And last but most certainly not least, the final thing that we need to do is of course talk about this image right here. So on Instagram, a user named Golden Age Flash requested to Arthur Parsons that they add Spider-Man Noir to the game, and I'm right there with you, man. I'd absolutely love to see Spider-Man Noir in LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. But here's the thing, Arthur did actually reply with a smiley face. Now then, many of you are probably thinking, Ben, you're looking way too much into this. This neither confirms nor denies anything. Well, fair enough. I completely understand that argument. But here's the thing. I've been doing news updates for these LEGO games for so long now, and if there's one thing I've learned over the years, it's that Arthur Parsons is the king of teasing. He loves teasing us, and I love that about him. He doesn't just say, yeah, this character's in the game or she's in the game. He always teases you. And then when they're actually confirmed, it makes it all the more exciting. So I love that he's continuing that with LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2. So, does this mean that Spider-Man Noir is in the game? Yes and no. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. But honestly, when he puts a big old smiley face like that, to me, that feels like a confirmation. I feel like it's more likely he's in the game than less likely he's not, if you know what I mean. I really do feel like Spider-Man Noir's in the game. And if he is, how big of a role will he play in the game? We obviously know Spider-Man 2099 appears to be in the story, and he has his own hub world. What if Spider-Man Noir is in the story as well? What if Spider-Man Noir has his own hub world? Maybe we have a modern-day New York City, the 2099 New York City, and a New York City set in the past for characters like Spider-Man Noir. That would be amazing. Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions was a game where you could play as Spider-Man Noir, and to me, he was the best part of that game. Being able to play a Spider-Man game from its stealth perspective and do all these really cool moves and just be able to play as that version of the character was so cool. So if they could bring that back in this game, that would be amazing. And of course, when it comes to characters like Spider-Man 2099 and Spider-Man Noir, these aren't just reskins of Peter Parker. They have their own abilities, the way they, get crime stopped and things like that. They have their ways of doing things, and they also have their weaknesses as well. So instead of, just being able to shoot web shooters, maybe Spider-Man Noir has guns. Maybe there's an alternative costume where he has a hat and a trench coat. Tons of really cool stuff they could add to a character like this, and I really hope they've gone all out if he's in the game, because if you can actually go to like a modern day New York as a modern Spider-Man, a 2099 New York as Spider-Man 2099, and a past New York as Noir Spider-Man, and even if they add the black suit as well, this is practically LEGO Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, and of course, that is a very exciting thought. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I mean, like I said, this was just meant to be a short video because we really don't have much else to talk about aside from all the great news from yesterday, but this is still very exciting for Spider-Man fans because, of course, if we get Spider-Man Homecoming content, that would be amazing, and Spider-Man Noir will be such a great addition to the game because I love the whole time travel aspect of this game, being able to go to different planets and different time zones and stuff. That opens up tons of possibilities. So Spider-Man Noir, honestly, I really do think there's a high chance he will get added to the game, and I think Arthur might be hinting at a bigger picture, but we will just have to wait and see. Anyway guys, I want to thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for lots more videos real soon, and as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.